It's easy for us to get caught up in statistics. When we look at the statistics of somebody on being able to create and grow a YouTube channel, for example, the statistic that only 0.3% of all people who start a YouTube channel will actually be able to generate or create a livable wage. 0.3%. If we look at that statistic, it would be extremely easy for us to be defeated. This channel is not about how to grow a YouTube channel. This channel is about how to grow ourselves. This channel is about helping other people around us. I want to be able to inspire others. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad, and today I want to talk about growth. I want to go over what hard work can achieve for all of us. And the example that I'm going to use is this YouTube channel. In 2008, I originally started this channel with the intention of actually making this type of content, more of personal development or helping others. I didn't think that I would have anything that anybody would find value in. So I put it off for probably another 5 or 6 years, maybe even closer to 10, actually, I think. Several years anyway. And at that time, I thought the only skill or the only thing that I had to offer, the only skill that I had was how to fix things, mostly cars. I used to think that that was my passion. In my younger years, it was. My brothers and my friends and I would go out and we'd turn wrenches. We'd fix up boats and cars. We'd fabricate, and we had a good time doing it. But at some point in my life, going out and doing it in the garage by myself, it just lost its glow. But I knew that I had a skill, and I thought that that would be about the only way I could help people. So I started making videos on turning wrenches, especially old square body Chevy pickups. I've always wanted to help people. I've always known that helping people is my calling. It is my purpose. But what I found with doing that type of content is I was never able to finish the projects when I was working on due to time constraints. So I essentially just gave up. Anytime you do those, like the automotive type content, any phase of the project that you're working on is going to take you 3 to 4 times as long. So you feel like you never accomplish or finish your project. At least I did. So I quit making that type of content. I thought this YouTube channel would never grow anywhere. I thought nothing would ever come of it. I didn't believe that I had anything to offer to the world. So over the years, I've seen and experienced deep, extreme mental illness. And I watch people in the world suffer, and it pains me. It pains me to no end to know just how bad some people are suffering, and some people are suffering so bad that there's no way that any of us can ever comprehend. And I got tired of seeing that. And my motto is, if you want to see change, you have to be the change. What I mean by that is, if there's something that you want different, if there's something that you're unhappy with in your life, you have to be willing to change it. You have to be a part of the solution, not feed into more of the problems. So I've lived my life this way. I don't go to my boss. I don't go to people with problems. I don't like to talk about problems unless I have solutions. So suffering from debilitating mental illness, I found out that the majority of that was coming from my nutrition and the sedentary lifestyle that I have slowly over time developed. So I wanted to be change. I wanted to offer change. I want to be the change that I want to see. So August 13th of 2024, 10 or 11 weeks ago, I decided I was going to commit to myself and I was going to be a part of that change. And I was going to do my part. I was going to do everything that I possibly can to reach others and hopefully help them change their lives. Hello. August 13th, I committed to myself that I was going to do a video every single day for 90 days. I didn't know the direction. I didn't have, and I still don't have, a goal of how many subscribers I would like to see in the channel. I didn't know how I was ever going to find time to make those videos every day for 90 days. Anybody that's in the YouTube world or has ever attempted to produce content and grow a YouTube channel will tell you that producing a video every 90 days is a absolute monumental undertaking. I had made videos before. I didn't know what kind of videos I was going to make. I didn't know. All I knew is I had to quit putting it off, and I had to get started, and I had to get started now. So I did. I didn't want this to wait till Monday. I didn't want this to wait till New Year's. I didn't want this to wait till tomorrow, because truly those days never come. Those times never come. I knew that nobody was going to be watching my content. I did have some subscribers and some views, but going from automotive content to personal development content, those are worlds apart. And I knew I was going to lose subscribers. I knew nobody was watching, but I didn't care, and I kept posting anyways. I went out in my garage and I started working out, and I just started recording it. I actually started doing live streams while doing my workouts. Nobody showed up except for some of the closest family I have. The closest family that I have that truly supports me and believes in me. And I kept going every day. I knew that I would find my stride. I had the confidence that I needed to push forward and keep creating content, keep making these videos. I had the tenacity and the drive. And one day I went outside to do an outside workout because I wanted everybody to be able to do a workout with me. I didn't want them to need to feel like they needed fancy equipment. So I went outside, I did a workout, I did my meditation in public, I recorded the video in public. And when I got finished with it, I decided that after watching it and finishing with the editing, my wife and I both looked at it and we said, you know what, man, this is where you need to go, and this is what you need to do with this. I didn't know how I was going to be able to do it. So a couple days later, my wife and I, we go out to the garage to work out, and all I did was I bent over to adjust my bench from flat to decline. And when I did that, I herniated a disc. This was probably 2, maybe even 3 weeks into making videos. But like I said, I was committed to making videos, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. Since I herniated that disc, and I learned that I needed to be outside to make my videos, to do these sweat talks. I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand up straight. All I could do was hobble and sit down somewhere outside close to the car. So that's what I did. I loved being outside. I've always loved being outside, and I try to get out as much as I possibly can. But being injured and only being able to sit there, I had to change the way that I was making these videos. I wasn't able to work out. I couldn't hardly move. And for a moment, the victim mindset, the victim mentality set in. Poor me. Why does this have to happen when I'm trying to commit to doing something that I think is great? But I persevered. I overcame that. When I found myself and when I realized that I was being a victim in my own mind, I figured out I needed to do something different. I knew that I needed to progress and change and develop my content in these videos that I'm uploading. Then again, being short on time, I still didn't know what to do. After therapy, once I was able to walk, I decided to go down to the beach and make a video. And the title of that video is If Not Now, When? I'll put a in-screen card if you want to go watch it. And people really seem to enjoy that type of content. They enjoyed that video more than anything I had done. So I stuck with that. I noticed it, and I kept moving forward. Just like I've always done throughout my entire life, I have never let anything stand in my way of achieving my goals. And I do my damnedest to improve on myself, my situation, my family, every single day. And I refuse to be a victim, especially in my own mind. So I kept moving forward. I kept trying to make my videos better every single day, or I kept making my videos better every single day. So then I went out and made another video. I went home, I edited it, and the final product actually made me cry. Because when I watched that video, I can't remember the name of the title off the top of my head. It was something about kindness. There again, I'll link it with an in-screen note card, whatever they're called. But after I was finished editing that video and I watched it, I actually cried. Because I knew that I had found something. I knew that my hard work was finally going to pay off. And from that video on, my subscriber count has done nothing but explode. Currently, over 20,000 subscribers in about 10 weeks. Over 1 million views in that same 10-week period. Now, please don't take this as a flex. I want this video to be a demonstration. I want this channel to be an example of how hard work can pay off and the benefits that we will all eventually find if we just keep going, if we just keep moving forward. So I knew with that video that I had found my stride, and I knew the direction that I could go. I figured out the editing that I needed to do. I realized as soon as I saw that, I would watch this. I would absolutely watch this. I want people to see that stepping outside of our comfort zone is actually where we grow. Even to this day, I don't know how many days it's been, I still get the jitters, and I still get excuses in my mind of why I don't need to show up and make a video. I'm still not comfortable talking to my camera in front of people. I'm still not comfortable doing it in public. But when I commit to myself, I make sure I follow through. When I commit to you, I make sure that I follow through. So if you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, or you're trying to grow a business, or you're trying to get out of that 9-to-5 rat race, we can all be an example for one another. But growth will not happen when you're comfortable. There's several subscribers of mine. One of them, he's a very old friend of mine. His name's Caleb. His channel is The Woodchucker. He works his ass off. He does his best to make videos every single day, and he has been for a very long time. There's another one, Fear Less, Live More. He is an amazing man, and I love what he says and the message that he is trying to portray in positive light for all of us. There's another one. His name is Anthony Parkin V2, another amazing man. His content is about more along the lines of personal development and growing a YouTube channel, similar to this video I'm making today. There's another gentleman, his name is Kevin Crossart. That is his channel. He's an artist, a musician, skater, all around a good dude who's also putting out an amazing message. I'll link all these guys, I'll link all these channels in the description if you want to go check them out. Oh, there's one more. There's another one. He's a younger guy. His channel name is Fat Fuelic. 19 years old, spent his life obese, and he's getting out there. He's going to the gym every day, and he is crushing it. And I hope you guys are able to go over to their channels and show them some support, because they're amazing people that are doing amazing things. But back to topic, if you guys are wanting to start a YouTube channel, there's something that we all need to know. There's something that you have to realize. The world is not going to understand your point of view. There's always going to be people that don't understand what it is that you're saying. There's something that's called logical reasoning, and it's a concept that law enforcement agencies use when they're training police or whatever. And what it is it's understanding what people are saying. Because if you're investigating something, say you're a police officer, and you get called and there's witnesses to some sort of a crime, all of those witnesses have their own story. All of those witnesses are going to describe what they saw in their own words. Every one of them will have their own point of view, and it's up to you to decide or figure out what they said and uncover the truth. You need to realize that you don't owe the world anything, and people will come to your YouTube channel and they will try to tell you that you owe them an explanation for something. You can put out the most positive video in the world, and people are still going to disagree with you. They're going to doubt your perspective. They're going to try to change you. They're going to expect you to mold to them. So it's imperative to understand the difference between advice and constructive criticism, or somebody just being an asshole. In the YouTube world, there will always be trolls. There will always be people that come in the comment section, and no matter what, they're going to talk shit, and it doesn't matter your message. It doesn't matter who you are, how good looking you are, what you have to say. It doesn't matter. I see them as the teenage prank callers of the 90s, and I see them as white noise, but you must realize they will be there. And all these people will try to bring you down and keep you from doing something that you need to do, or something that you feel is your purpose or direction. And unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop that. But you do have the choice. You have the choice to let that bring you down and stop you from doing what you think is great. You have the choice to allow those judgments and that negativity to impact you and your craft. And there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. Constructive criticism. Just understand that there's always going to be victims. There is no way around it. People aren't willing to look inside of themselves and own their situation. Instead, they want to blame their children, their fucking children, for their piss poor financial situation. What kind of a parent are you? It is not my child's fault that I'm not a decamillionaire. It is not my child's fault that she was born, and I would never put that weight on her because she's a blessing to me. As like Jim Rohn said, we're all self-made, but only the successful people will admit it. So when people see you being successful, when people see you marching ahead in the face of adversity, when people see you doing something that they aren't willing to do, something that they constantly make excuses of why they can't do something, they're going to try to bring you down and they're going to try to bring you back. The world is full of amazing people. The overwhelming majority of people in this world are great. They are wonderful. And by far they outweigh those pieces of crap. They're just bad people. But we cannot ignore the fact that there are bad people in the world. I'm a 45-year-old man, and I didn't think that I had a story that was worth listening to. And I hate hearing that YouTube is on easy mode, because there's nothing easy about it. It still requires work. It still requires you to produce content that people want to watch. It still requires you to find your stride. It still requires you to show up every single day, but you have to figure out your why. Now, I don't chase virality. The only thing that I'm after is trying to get as broad of a reach as I possibly can to hopefully help as many people as I possibly can. And I believe that chasing virality or creating that one viral video or those viral videos, I personally think that's a mistake, because I don't think it's a sustainable model for most people. If you're going to create a YouTube channel, it needs to be something that you're passionate about and something that you can do every single day and not give a shit. And the same thing goes with starting a business. If there's something that you want to do, you need to make sure that you can do it every day for an extremely sustained period of time. For me, producing a video every day is not sustainable for the long term, but I set my goal of 90 days. I might keep going beyond that. I don't know yet. I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be producing these videos. I'm still going to produce this content. I talk about detoxing from dopamine, and I tell you what, growing your YouTube channel by 100% in a one-week period of time is a rush of dopamine I hope everybody gets to experience. And even though I didn't think that I had anything to offer the world, I realized the power that our words have. In my whole life, I've known that I've wanted to be able to encourage people to find their passion, to escape the rat race, and to find ways to better themselves. I didn't realize the impact that I could have on people's lives. I see myself as a normal dude, and I've said it before, I don't see myself as average, but I feel I am a normal dude, because there is a difference. I do know the power in our words, and I think people that are seeking out or that are considering starting a YouTube channel, I think a lot of them understand the power of their words, or the power of words. We realize how damaging another person could be simply with their words. We see this bullying that's always happening. We encounter that piece of trash that's always talking shit. Some of us are absolutely tormented from our childhood because of the words and the actions of another person. But what will you say if I told you that your words have that exact same power, only in a positive manner? Would you believe me? Would you believe that the way that you talk to yourself can also have that much of an impact in your life in a positive manner, or a negative one too? We can constantly destroy ourselves, or we can constantly lift ourselves up. That choice is up to us. That choice is controlling our thoughts and understanding when we're knocking ourselves down and doing a complete 180 through that thought process. I've said it in other videos. About halfway through making these videos, even though I found my stride and coming out here every day is difficult, I got COVID in the middle of it, and I was sick. Headache, the fever, loss of smell, loss of taste, stomach was just absolutely wrecked. But I didn't let it beat me down, and I didn't let those thoughts win. I didn't let an illness stop me from achieving my goal. And even still, I'm struggling to breathe when I come out here and hike these trails, but I'm not going to stop. I didn't stop when nobody was watching, and I'm not going to stop now when thousands, maybe even millions are watching. I know what I'm capable of, and I know you're capable of the same thing. You know, Kobe Bryant, he said, shooting that winning shot on game day feels amazing. Shooting that missed shot on game day feels terrible. But regardless, you still have to keep shooting. In this situation, I still have to keep shooting with my camera. And I've had missed shots, but I've found more game-winning shots than I have misses at this point. One of the things that I think really helped this channel grow was the use of what I call power words. And at the end of my videos, I ask my subscribers or the viewers, because only 20% of the people viewing on average are subscribers. But I ask the people viewing to please just leave me one word that's powerful. And that helps. I'm almost certain that was one of the most powerful things that has happened to grow this YouTube channel. But it's also more powerful than just the growth of the channel. And that's not actually why I started doing it. I started using those power words because I know people out there want to be heard. I know the people watching these videos, they feel they need to be heard, and I agree with them. And I want to hear them. I know that sometimes people, they'll watch a video and they'll want to thank you or they'll want to say something, but they don't know what to say. They're scared, they're nervous, so they don't leave a comment. But when you ask somebody to just put one word in the comments, and that one person does it, more people will feel more comfortable, and more people will feel heard. And it gives me the ability to thank everybody that's commenting. It gives me the ability to thank the people that appreciate these videos that I'm putting out. And I respond to every one of my comments so far, and that's now in the many thousands. I spend hours every single day making sure that I can reply at least a thank you for the support that I've received, because I want everybody to feel heard. I want everybody to know that I hear them. I don't forget about the little guy that's sitting over there struggling. Making these videos is about the only thing I can do to help him or her. I have to keep everything in general terms. Some people will get it, and some never will, and I'm okay with that. Understand that our words are powerful. The trolls are going to exist. Some people will never understand what you're saying. You don't owe the world anything, but the world doesn't owe you anything either. If you're going to make a YouTube channel, produce content that you love. Do it on a topic and situation that you love. Same thing with if you're going to start your own business. Make it a sustainable business model that you can keep going every single day. Something that brings you to life, makes you feel like you belong. But ultimately, if I'm able to grow a YouTube channel as fast as I am, as fast as this has been happening, which has been absolutely mind-blowing, I firmly believe that anybody can. You just have to commit to yourself, and you have to keep showing up, even when nobody's watching, even when you don't want to, even if you feel sick or you're injured. And I'm here to tell you, once you find your stride, you'll know it. And it feels absolutely amazing. I can't help but to think when I only had right around 2,000 subscribers, I was blown away at the percentage of growth that I had experienced at that time. I was blown away at the percentage, the statistics, and the raw numbers. But that doubt kept creeping in, and I even mentioned it in a video. Even though the numbers are telling me one thing, that doubt that I'm doing the right thing, or something in the back of my mind was just continuously telling me to stop. And I was close to allowing it to get to me, but I'm thankful that I didn't. I'm grateful for every one of you guys. I want to thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for all those super thanks that you guys are giving me. I want to thank you for your kindness and your generosity, because ultimately none of this would be possible without you. And I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. I think this one is going to be a long one today, but I hope all of you guys are able to find value in it. I hope you guys are able to get up and move and do something right now, and stop putting off that thing, that one thing, that hard thing, because chances are that one thing is what you need to do. So if you've made it this far, do me a favor and go down in the comments section and write that word power, just that one word. Let's show each other, that algorithm and ourselves, the power of showing up every single day, the power of getting out of our comfort zone, and the power of doing that one hard thing. I appreciate you guys showing up. I hope you're showing up for yourselves, and I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.